Greetings, my beautiful audience, and I hope today you woke up with a great dream. And not every dream comes true because sometimes we're afraid to pursue them. Sometimes we let other people stop us. Sometimes we let our other people to control our dreams and what we want. But today, please stay to the end so you will be able to be ignited back to follow your dreams, because in front of me I have Dr. 𝓘𝓛𝓞𝓝𝓐, and she's from the former Soviet Union, and she'll be able to share her amazing story, how she got where she is right now and how many people she also helped, and the power of dreaming. We want to welcome you, Dr. Ina, in our studio. We're so excited and privileged to have you.
Hi, thank you so much for having me. It's an honor to be in your studio today.
Dr. Ina, tell us more about your practice. I know you have shared the powerful message and story, how you made to America. I think it was so powerful. I even got the goosebumps because I know you will relate with so many immigrants who made to America.
Well, my husband and I came here in 1996. It was 9 long years before what American dream came true. And my first time meeting Americans actually and working with them was way back in my home country. And I'll tell more about it. But bottom line is 9 long years, multiple attempts to come to the States, failure after failure, denial after denial. I didn't know how it's going to work out. The only thing I had in my heart, I knew for sure one day it will work out. It was absolutely burning desire to leave my country and to come to the States. I felt it was land of freedom, land of opportunity. I wanted that, and I knew it's going to work out somehow. So I kept doing my part. I kept working on it, and it finally came true in '96, and we came here, and there were a lot of "it's impossible" that I heard along the way in my country, and we came here, and America is definitely a land of opportunity. That being said, when you immigrate, you don't belong here. It takes time to make the country home. And so there were a lot of "it's impossible" that I heard here as well. In a way, it was almost, at the beginning, it was almost more here. Because again, you're an immigrant, you don't belong yet. You have to prove yourself all over again. You have to earn trust. And so I was told that it's impossible by some people I met. They said, my goodness, taking medical boards in English, you're not gonna do it. It's just impossible. And it took some time, but here I was at some point, finally facing it. And then I was told that there is no way foreign medical graduate would be accepted in a medical residency if you want a really prestigious program. And I wanted that. So it took a while, and I had to prove myself, and there was work and research and volunteering in the hospitals. There were so many things done. I think everything I achieved in my life somehow didn't come easy. But what I have to say, looking at every experience I dealt with, it was always a dream that drove me. It was always a belief in possibilities that kept me going. It absolutely required perseverance. I had to learn to focus on my values and not let anybody take it down or take it away from me. I knew what I wanted. I knew I deserved it. I knew it's going to be hard work, and I knew that's where I wanted to be eventually, and it kept me going no matter what. I learned pretty early, actually, when I was little, my mom used to tell me, it doesn't matter how many times you fall. It only matters that you get up one more time. Proved to be true. Anything I've done, you can't succeed without, you can succeed without a failure for certain things, but it seems like the bigger is the dream, the more obstacles you meet. And it's normal, it's just how life is. And so you can't allow failure to stop you. And you certainly don't want to allow fear to stop you. My friend, my former patient and dear friend and very successful entrepreneur told me once, Ina, if you're not scared, you're not dreaming, your dream is not big enough. And I love that. It resonated. And I can tell that, we've been in the States now for 27 years, my husband and I, and it is true. Every big dream I had seemed impossible at the beginning. It was overwhelming in the process. I had to go step by step. The bigger was the dream, the more overwhelming it became. The tinier steps had to be. So the whole point was just keep going. Don't tell anybody what you can and cannot do. Never allow anybody to tell you it's impossible for you. They can say it, don't believe it. Nobody can tell what's impossible or possible for you. You're the only one to determine that. And as long as there is something you absolutely want, and in your heart, you know that that's what you want to become or want to be, don't let, nothing can stop you. If you can dream of it, it's possible. So then it becomes a matter of time and patience and perseverance and going one step at a time, and always keep going, never stop. And then you are where you want to be. And I did end up in a very prestigious internal medicine residency I absolutely wanted to be a part of. And I graduated and I practiced internal medicine and I did hospital medicine and I did board certifications, and I'm actually certified in 2 subspecialties. There are so many things I heard would be impossible for me that I almost learned to get excited. Just tell me it's impossible and then watch me. So here I am. And I also had my personal story bringing me to the current field, which I'm practicing now, which is functional medicine. And that's a subspecialty. It's a new field of Western medicine. And the stories that brought me into this field was another impossible. I got into a lot of health challenges by the time I was 40, and it was gaining weight and constantly fatigued and inflamed and fertility challenges. There were so many things that I could not explain, even though I was a doctor. And I kept hearing from one doctor to another, that's your age, and that's just how life is when you're in 40s, and there's nothing you can do about that. And I just refused to believe it. I didn't want to live like that. I thought I want more, I deserve more, I wanted to live my full potential, and you can't if you don't have health. And so I had to find my own answers, and that's how I actually found functional medicine. And functional medicine, to me, makes a lot of impossible things possible. We get people with illness who were suffering for a long time. We get people with hormonal imbalances that don't even remember how it feels to be like themselves. And they hate to see their image in the mirror because it's not what it used to be. And they drag themselves out of bed in the morning and hardly get through the day. And your traditional doc will tell you, that's what it is. We can give you antidepressants, but that's all you get. And it's not true at all. So always find your answers, always seek your own truths, and don't believe anybody who tells you it's impossible. In my practice, every single day, we see amazing transformations in people who come to us, have no energy, can't sleep, can't keep it up anymore, and life just doesn't feel fun. And several months later, all of a sudden, they have it all, and they live the best life possible, and they have all energy in the world, and they sleep well, and their hormones are back to balance, and their weight is back to normal. So everything is possible. If you can dream of it, if you want it, it's possible. Find your way.
That is just a dose of inspiration, Dr. Ina, that you have shared. You also said that if your dreams are not big enough, don't go after them. If your dreams don't scare you, they're not big enough. And the bigger your dream is, the more obstacles you're going to have. And you also said something very profound and kind of funny at the same time too. You said that your dreams, if somebody says no to you, it almost excites you. You tell me I can, you get excited about that. So I relate to that. Before I used to scared of when somebody challenges me like this. Now I'm bring it. like you have no idea what you're doing to my life when you tell me I can't do this. And, through your story, I can tell how passionate you are, how fulfilled and how determined and dedicated you are. You're just a fireball, they're waiting for something special to be happen. And you have achieved impossible, like, coming to the new country, learning the new language, terminology, trying to prove your dissertation from the medical doctor to obtain, certifications to practice what you practice right now. It's just mind blowing what you have achieved. Take a small moment and bring us to this moment when this officer, when they met you here in the state, when he was putting the stamp. How did you feel about that? Because when you shared this moment, I got the goosebumps.
Well, like I said, I dreamed to come to America since age 17, and I didn't have any family here, so really I had no reason to apply for visas, and I certainly was not eligible for immigration. And so I kept applying anyway, and I kept being denied. And so I knew someday it will work out somehow. I didn't know when, I didn't know how. And of course, having one denial after another was a little disheartening, and so it was hard. And then years later, when finally my husband and I were just approved for the visa, and I finally get to come to America, I was super excited. So then, of course, you never know. I used to live in Republic of Kazakhstan, that's the former Soviet Union. And you never know. You're always worried about not being able to leave your country because somebody doesn't let you. You always worry, will you be allowed to come to the States? So there are both sides. And so again, all the way from my own city, 𝓘𝓛𝓞𝓝, to Moscow, to Chicago, at every point, there was always a fear: will we be stopped? Will we be turned around? What if it all falls apart? And so I still remember I got on my flight Moscow-Chicago, and it was 13 hours, and my husband fell asleep, and I just did not. And I remember my mind racing: will they let us in? Will they turn us around? Will I ever see my family again? How it's going to work out? Will we get a job? There were so many questions, and I did not have a single answer. I only had hope and faith. And so when we finally got to customs in Chicago, and it was last point to go through, and I watched the officer looking through our passports and stamping our visa. And he gave us our passports back, and he looked at me, and I was wide-eyed and just staring at him, and he smiled a little and said, "Welcome to America." And I was waiting to hear that for 9 long years. So when we finally came through, I remember coming into the Chicago airport, now that we're through customs, and there is this big hallway, and the first thing I see is the flag of the USA, and it was flag of freedom, it was land of freedom, and I really wanted to kiss the ground.
This is so exciting to hear such a powerful story of the immigrant who appreciates this place, who really wants this place to be this ground field for them to grow, because you're planting your hopes in here, and that you gain, your fruit from the planting of your seeds, because you want to see this place to flourish with you and the people around you. So this is a powerful story. And like Dr. Ina said, hope and faith is going to take you to any destination of your life. So keep those things by you guys. Buckle up and get ready for the flight of your life. Thank you so much, Dr. Ina, for such an inspirational and profound message. You have just inspired so many people. Your message will be placed down below, how people can contact you, hire you, and get to know you even more, what you do, to get more wisdom and suggestions and advice from you as well about the health and the hope and determination of life. So we want to thank you, Dr. Ina. And like we say from former Soviet Union, большое вам спасибо.
Spasibo, Ilona. I really appreciate what you do. And to everybody who is listening to us today, Ilona has her own great story. There are so many people that I met along the way that come to this country with great hopes. And it's never easy. It just isn't. It's hard to leave your home behind. It's hard to create a new home. It always takes time. It always works out as long as that's what you want and that's what you're willing to work on. So, Ilona, I so appreciate what you do, and thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. Ina. We have also the saying that we were born in our motherland, and this is America. This is our home now. And we want to appreciate and spread this message to other immigrants who came to this country, not to destroy, but to build and rebuild, to build on their dreams and keep going to inspire the rest of the world to do the same thing too. So welcome here. It's great to have you and great to have us as the citizens of the United States of America. And like we always say, God bless America.
God bless America.